Hello everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA, living in my car 16 months. We're like day 8, I think, into the... No, it's not that long. I don't even know, I'm losing track. Feels like this is just life now of the shelter-in-place order, this pandemic. And it's weird when I see old movie clips or TV shows and people are all like touching each other or close and whatever, fighting even. I was watching a Jackie Chan movie clip. At first I was like, oh, you guys shouldn't do that, you know? Yeah, it's weird. I was panicking for a little bit. Now I'm already adjusted to it. Sad thing is, this situation is getting so nightmarish so fast. Trump doesn't want any responsibility for it. The guy's like a fucking spoiled child. He's like, well, I'm sick of being criticized. Look at the unemployment, it's gonna go up. Well, what if we just put people back to work? At least they won't complain about not having jobs. The fact that millions could die, irrelevant to him. Doesn't matter. I'm worried because, first of all, so many people have already lost their jobs. I lost my income for next month, whatever, like the movie I was going to work on. And now, Trump's saying that he wants, to reassess the situation in 15 days. And it started when a few rich people were saying online and in newspapers that we can't afford to have a shutdown for too long. Meaning it's going to be inconvenient for them and their friends. So let's get people back to work, risking mass infections. And if a lot of people die, it's better than having a shutdown where less people die. But we have to alter how we structure society so that we actually take care of the poor, the homeless, the sick, parents who are struggling, children who are struggling, hungry, immigrants, refugees, prisoners, and not just prisoners, incarcerated people. People are so fucking ignorant. I see the comments when New Jersey announced that, gotta roll down the windows a little, that they're releasing a bunch of people in jails. They're like, yeah, release all the criminals. How are we going to be safe with all these felons on the street? You ignorant motherfuckers. Most people in jail are in and out in 2 or 3 days. One person was like, I don't get it. How can coronavirus spread there if it's a contained place? People are going in and out all the time. Some people there for a few hours. A lot of people there just for a few days. Most people aren't there for really serious stuff. But this is the propaganda we give people. Like, if you're in prison, it's justice that's prevailed. And now what I'm worried with this supposed reassessment in 15 days is that people will be ordered back to work. It'll be a propaganda coup for Trump. He'll blame anybody who criticizes him and his detractors and opponents as enemies who have created this, just like how North Korea does. Use it to extend more emergency powers, because he refuses to actually mobilize the country to deal with this crisis. Meanwhile, we don't have the ventilators, enough hospitals, hospital beds, protective gear for healthcare workers. People's medical bills aren't being covered. He refuses to take care of all that. He just doesn't believe in it, doesn't want to. And somehow all these rich fucks believe they're actually immune themselves and their loved ones from getting sick. We just saw the first senator get tested positive for this. But, these ignorant fucks, they're like, what? How dare this virus infect me? Doesn't it know I'm better than that? They're so used to society being beneath them that they forget that this can affect anybody. And now somebody in the press pool has been infected, I guess, or the White House correspondents. So now we know there's exposures there within the White House. And also someone in the vice president's staff tested positive. So it's a horrible, cruel joke, this system we've set up. And the first thing I worried about too, when they said people got to go back to work, not only mass infections and sickness, people lined up on the hospital floors, and also just jobs still not being able to function. It's still going to be a disaster. These fucking thick-skulled idiots don't realize. But I thought, oh man, if my mom's school reopens, she's going to have to go back to work. and seriously risk infection herself. And what's she gonna do? I talked to her about it. I said, look, Trump's trying to cover for his ass. If you're ordered to go back to school, work in 15 days, you can't go. And she's like, she knows the danger. She's like, yeah, I know, but Angelo, I'm going to lose my job. So, and she could then lose her home, have her utilities shut off. So it's a nightmare scenario either way. And all I can hope, and this is what this video is about, a rent strike and a general strike. General strike meaning everybody stop working. Now, that sounds like, well, how are you supposed to do that? Obviously, you can't just be haphazard and you just deciding to do it with no planning. There are people who are organizing rent strikes around the country and other countries. Just look online. Twitter is a good place to look up rent strikes on Twitter. Ask around, because there are people that are trying to organize this who want you to message them and say, look, we're organizing this. We're going to help each other. We're going to support each other when this happens. Refuse to pay landlords and know what the end game is, because landlords are fucking scum anyways, and they take your money for something you need. They don't do any work. Yeah, they may do maintenance. In reality, they hire other people to do maintenance. If they decide to do it, they would much rather harass you and kick you out than leave you there. And they're the ones who make housing unaffordable, among other people. So, rent strike, refusing to pay rent, and a lot of people have no choice. They won't be able to pay rent. They're already being evicted. And a general strike, meaning don't show up to work. That's the only hope for my mom, is that people at her school and the families of the kids who go there decide, no, we're not doing this. This is nonsense. This has nothing to do with benefiting anyone. This is President I don't give a fuck about people deciding, well, it's better if people suffer and die as long as the employment numbers look better, so my base is rallied and they'll vote for me in November. Because he's just a petulant child. He's sick of getting criticized. He's like a fucking dog. It's like whatever's in front of his face, that's all he can focus on. When he saw people saying in newspapers and on Fox News, don't let the treatment be worse than the problem, that's what he thinks he's going to do. It's so ill-conceived. It is the worst catastrophe we could try and go through. And it makes no sense, except there are literally people who don't care if others die. I'm literally seeing billionaires and other rich people saying, yes, this is true. Lawrence Kudlow on TV was saying, yeah, we can't let the treatment be worse than the problem. So, yes, there'll be some trade-offs, he said. Nobody ever talks about trade-offs like this unless it means death and making money for some people. But he said there are going to be trade-offs, which means people will die. How fucking stupid is it? Because they absolutely hate the idea of housing homeless people. There was one city, where was it? I forget if it was in Florida, where the mayor, was it the mayor or the governor in the whole state? But I think, one of the two decided to put all the homeless people there into housing to prevent the spread of this pandemic. So all of a fucking sudden they can do it if they want. It has nothing to do with money. The money's made up. It doesn't matter. This is about being able to keep people under your control and being able to have a sense of superiority. Like, how dare these poor people think they belong in my neighborhood? That's all it is. And I know, I get it. You can't deny it to me, because that's the attitude I had when I was a conservative, when I was hard-headed like that, and I was convinced people deserve to be where they are in life. And I didn't realize, people can get successful, and if other people don't want them to be, they will actively stop them from making that possible. So anyways, now I gotta just keep moving, man. I'm gaining weight somehow, even though I'm fucking breaking off like 200 push-ups a day. I'm gonna do a 500 push-up live stream and maybe a bunch of squats too. Not today. My legs are a little worn out. I did a bunch of squats, lunges yesterday, but I'm getting good form at it. All my other, muscles aren't as good, like my back. I can't really work my back that well now without weights or machines. But I want to do a 500 push-up live stream, and we're all in serious trouble. And you know, people need to think straight, stop buying into nonsense conspiracies in the, you know, conservative the whole like ecosystem that they look to. But I know they live in a different world. Their minds just don't come to reality. So you know, we got to be sent, and I get it because I was like that. So I would just reflexively just dismissed anything I was told outside of what I believed. It took many years, over 10 years, to really, you know, alter my thoughts and my worldview, my perception. So know that rich people don't give a damn about you. You can try and suck their milk all you want and say, no, Dad, how can you say about rich people? If I say good things about rich people, maybe I'll be rich too. Not gonna happen. They don't want too many people being able to live like them. So, be smart, be sensible, think about others, and, you know, take care of yourselves. Respect the rules on distancing right now, because one person can infect 3 people, can infect like 9 people, and to tens of thousands of people from one person. That's how this is spreading. But if one of those people in those 10,000s distances themselves from others and interrupts that flow, people, that's how this gets reduced. And that's what they talk about, flattening the curve, where we don't overwhelm the hospitals and healthcare system with people who are sick all at once, but it slows down so it's manageable, and we don't have people dying needlessly where doctors are having to decide who lives and dies because they can't get people proper treatment on ventilators. All right, everyone, I got stuff to do, stuff to deal with. I'm still bathing in the street. I saw the steam coming off me when I bathed this morning in the street, which it wasn't too cold though, but I still saw it. Anyways, all right. Hey, keep watching, like the video, subscribe, share it, because I'm going to have to keep doing these. I don't know what other income I'm going to have. And the film industry is basically shut down.